Well, we'll read those answers later. We're going to send it over to Nathan Gogo back on the wall for national weather. All right.
Thanks, Sean. Sorry about that clicking, but we do have a lot of stuff going around the United States right now. We have a lot of tornado watches up right now, severe thunderstorm watches and warnings out there right now. So really a lot going on. Up to the east, we do the next week we're going to see a lot of partly sunny skies, but right now they're actually seeing some severe thunderstorm warnings up into New York, stretching down to Baltimore and Washington, D.C. But once that clears out, or once that gets out of the way, we're going to see some nice weather up in the northeast near New York and Boston area. But as we go for temperatures, 87 in Washington, D.C., 73 in New York, Buffalo sitting at 66, and Cincinnati 76. Now, in the Midwest, this is really where things are starting to fire up. We're seeing some severe weather possibly, or some severe weather up along the northwestern Iowa and southern Minnesota area. And we have a slight risk for severe weather as we head into Nebraska and South Dakota, with all caused by that warm front lifting. 80 in Kansas City. You can see this really where that warm air boundary is, right in central Iowa right now. 61 in Minneapolis, opposed to 80 degrees down in Kansas City. So a strong temperature change at just a few hundred miles away. Sunny skies, high pressure dominating the area southeast, going into Florida, up into Tennessee. Really a beautiful, hot summer days for the next few days down there. Temperatures sitting at 88 in Dallas, 85 in New Orleans, sticky weather down there. Atlanta 86, and Nashville sitting at 90 degrees. Off to the west, they're seeing nice weather as well, dry, sunny weather, high pressure again dominating this area, so we're not really looking for any wet weather here for the next few days. It's going to be really nice out there for you guys. 68 San Francisco, 68 as well in LA, 86 in Las Vegas, and 65 up in Seattle. So for National X-Rad, you can see some of these storms brewing up into the southern Minnesota area. A lot of flash or flood watches are out there right now. Probably some flood warnings by the time tonight's over with. They could see several inches of rain up there. So really one of those nights you want to keep a radar handy. Out to the northeast, though, they do have some severe thunderstorm warnings out in this area as you head into Virginia and up into New York City. There's still, or New York area, they're seeing some severe thunderstorm capabilities. A lot of wind reports out there for fallen trees and such. So be careful if you're out in that area. So 6 to 10 day temperatures, warmer out in the west as to colder out in this central area, even stretching down into the southeastern states. And then for precipitation, dry out for much of the central plains, even stretching into the west. And then wet weather as you head into the northeast and southeast. Let's send it back to you, Sean.
All right. Well, thank you, Nathan. We're going to go to another break again. And when we come back, we'll have that trivia question and answer. So stick around. Okay, well, welcome back. We're going to take a look at that trivia question again. On this date in weather history, what year did Des Moines experience its earliest freeze? Was it A, 1913, C, 1973, B, 1943, or D, 2003? And the answer is A, 1913. And with that, we're going to go back over to the weather wall for Iowa weather with Liz Cease. Liz, what do you got?
Oh. Thanks, Sean. We're going to take a look at Iowa weather next. And it's been really kind of gloomy these last few days, so definitely something we want to watch out for if that's going to stick around. Right now you can see it's actually 80 degrees, so it's a little warmer than you'd think it'd be with how muggy it's been today. You can see the dew point's still pretty high for this time of year, 64 degrees. Clouds are starting to clear out though. Hopefully those will stay away for a while. But it looks like tomorrow might be a whole nother story. 82 in Ankeny, 75 up in Fort Dodge. So you can see pretty much right around 80 for most of the area. And if we zoom out to the entire state, actually, that pattern pretty much continues, except you can see where that rain has started to affect places. 69 up in Mason City, 82 down in Des Moines, and you can see 76 over in Davenport. So again, pretty much upper 70s, lower 80s for the majority of the state, except for up north where those cooler temperatures are starting to push their way down south. You can see 54 for the low today up in Mason City, 66 in Des Moines, and pretty much mid-60s for most of the state. So we're staying pretty consistent. And again, high temperatures, you can see Des Moines is at 82, so they haven't really started to drop down in temperature yet. And pretty much lower 80s for most of the area. And that's you can see there's actually kind of a weird one up there. 105 in Waterloo is definitely not the temperature right now. For the current surface map, though, you can see there's a warm front draped right across the middle of the state. That's gonna continue to push its way north and give us that hot, humid air that we've been experiencing. You can see over in Sioux Falls that there's definitely some rain going on. I know they're having some severe weather. If we look at the forecast winds, though, you can see definitely tomorrow it's going to get really blustery. We're expecting winds around 20 to 25 miles an hour. And as this low continues to move off to our north, it's going to bring this cold front in, which is going to give us some more rain tomorrow, and definitely a lot more blustery conditions that we're going to have to deal with over the next day or so. If we look at forecast rain, you can see right now we might get a little bit more rain tonight, but as we put this into motion, you can see tomorrow that rain starts to move back into the area. Nebraska's definitely going to get the brunt of it, so they're going to see a lot of rain tomorrow, as well as South Dakota. So hopefully we don't get any more flooding. And if we move into Thursday afternoon, you can see that starts to move back into our area. So we're going to see some rain definitely again tomorrow. And as we go into Friday, though, we start to clear out, which will be really very nice change from what we've had these last couple days. For forecast temperatures, you can see low tonight's about 72, it looks like. And then the high for tomorrow is going to be about 75. So you can really see where that rain is going to start to cool things off. There's some greens and yellows over there. And that's going to continue into tomorrow. 66 for the low tonight. Thunderstorms. It'll mostly be rain, but we may see some thunder, a couple bolts of lightning. South winds around 15 to 20 miles an hour, so that's going to start to pick up a little bit more. I know we haven't seen really windy days yet, so tomorrow will be interesting. Tomorrow it'll be mostly showers. We shouldn't see any thunder. You can see the winds are about 15 to 20 miles an hour, even picking up to 25. I know I saw something that said possible gusts of around 30 miles an hour, so definitely you want to hold on to your hats as this wind starts to pick up. The high, though, is going to be 76. So definitely, it'll be a pretty mild day for the most part. And again, tomorrow, showers, 76. But by Friday and moving into the weekend, you can see 68 on Friday, so a little cooler. But we'll definitely see some of that sunshine. And into Saturday, Sunday, and into early next week, you can see 72 on Saturday. So definitely some really nice temperatures. 73 on Sunday. Lows getting down into the lower 50s. So it'll definitely be a little colder than we're used to. It looks like 75 on Monday. But for the rest of the week into this weekend, really nice day out. That'll be a nice dry out compared to all the rain we've been having lately.
It's going to be a nice weather pattern after, like you said, the last 4 or 5 days we've seen a lot of rain, so that dry weather really is welcome here at this point.
It seems like all week this week it's just been rain.
Yeah.
Starting about Saturday.
Yeah, it just kept going and going yesterday, and just, it was just not good, but.
Yeah, we actually saw some hail yesterday.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't see it.
Pea-sized hail.
Wow.
That's cool.
Yeah, back in my hometown, Cedar Rapids, they received almost golf ball size hail.
Oh, wow.
Mentioned all over the city. There are hail reports all over the place. You can actually check those out. Plug to KCRG if you want to go check those out. KCRG.com. They have images of that.
You don't really see hail much in the morning, though, like at all.
Yeah, a lot of times there's not enough convection going on in the morning
right.
to get the stuff needed for hail, so.
Yeah, exactly.
It's definitely very much something a little weird, so.
Yeah.
I've never felt really hail. I never felt hail at all, really. So I kind of wish I was out there. Not really, but kind of.
Well, it was like
Is that
8:30 in the morning.
Is that
Yeah,
cool? I don't know.
I don't know. I must have been in class when that happened, or maybe I was sleeping. I don't know.
It was 8:30.
Oh, probably sleeping
So.
then. So.
So what's your plans for the UNI game this weekend?
You know, besides doing homework,
Of course.
I'm going to be rooting, of course, for the Staters right there.
You
You
going
know?
to the game?
No, I'm not going to the game.
You gonna
Are you going
tailgate?
to the game?
No,
Am I
I'm
going
not,
to
I'm not
tailgate?
going to the game. I don't have tickets.
Uh,
I'm
I
not a
don't know
big
if I'm gonna
ISU
tailgate. Are you guys
sports
gonna?
fan.
Well, you're in band. So
I'm in
he's
marching
going.
band, so I have to go.
I'm actually going to the University of Nebraska Lincoln Huskers versus